okay? So, I've gotten a little off track here. So, okay, for those folks who do unfortunately have psychosis during depressive episodes, they also may have a more problems with cognitive deficits, like problems with your memory and thinking, than those who do not. And way back when, they discovered that they call it NPMD, which is non-psychotic major depression, responded to tricyclic antidepressants back when they were new, but the psychotic major depression did not. They needed a combination of an antidepressant and an antipsychotic. Now, of course, if you have bipolar disorder, that antidepressant may or may not be part of your medication repertoire, depending on how you respond to it. But sometimes we need it temporarily, as long as, you know, we don't be spurred into mania. But what I'm saying is that the antipsychotics is what treats those symptoms, just an antidepressant. And they also would see more people going to the ECT. I don't know how, I don't think they do that now, but as much, but it was one option. And then, let's see, also we may have a greater suicide risk. Other common symptoms: agitation, difficulty falling asleep, and frequent wakening, which makes me think of the terms dysphoric mania and agitated depression, which are often used for mixed episodes. So, you know, sometimes these terms overlap. Anyway, because I have two kinds of depression. I have an active depression, which is when I would get the psychotic symptoms. It was the pacing, the mind racing, but I was still having negative thoughts, suicidal thoughts, having trouble sleeping. My other was completely blank. I mean, I couldn't even move. I couldn't think a thought, nothing. Catatonic. So, and then I would not have. But there is this one, the last thing I'm going to talk about. I did a video on this before. My kind of famous one, the black cloud. It kind of started out as a metaphoric kind of thing of representation, what words I used for representation of just that feeling that you get that sometimes something is out there screwing with your life, making it suck on purpose just to be mean. You know, do you ever feel that way? But I have gotten so far down into I don't know where that at one point I really did honestly believe that there was a black cloud, a black mass, smoky like, with like wispy kind of tendrils, sort of. And it was always above me, just behind me, and it was like taunting me, and it was responsible for everything that was going wrong, which when you're depressed, everything's going wrong. And I really felt that I was just barely scrambling to keep ahead of it, and that was more of a mental scramble to keep ahead of it, not a physical. And at any moment, I could be consumed by it. And I remember saying to the nurse, I was crying in bed and just hysterical, and she's like trying to calm me down. I'm like, no, you don't understand. It's like, can't you see it? And she's like, see what? I'm like, can't you see that black thing? It's just behind me. And she's like, no, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. You know, like, I don't know. It must be tricky that it can disappear for everybody else, but I know it's there. So, that is my talk on psychotic major depressive episode. Honestly, I would rather, it's irritating, it's uncomfortable, it's disturbing, but it's not nearly as scary as the psychosis I had during manic episodes, so. Mixed episodes. Those are just downright. Coming out of those and realizing how out of reality you can get and still be walking around, and how dangerous it can be. I mean, it's terrifying. Psychosis is terrifying. You know, I'll take a little weird chin movement with my Seroquel any day, you know, than have those feelings. Anyway, that's that. See y'all again sometime soon.